Hello everyone, today, we will be talking about the Queen of the Hurricanes herself, Elsie McGill. Without further ado, let us begin. Elizabeth Muriel Gregory Elsie McGill was born in Vancouver on March 27, 1905. She was the youngest daughter of James Henry McGill and Helen Gregory McGill. In her childhood, she and her siblings were homeschooled, and in their teens, they attended King George Secondary School. Her education made her enter the University of British Columbia when she was 16, and was entered into an applied science program, though the dean of the school staff asked her to leave the program after only one term. In 1923, Elsie McGill was admitted to the University of Toronto's Applied Sciences program. It was also in this university where she was exposed to the field of aeronautical engineering. By the time she graduated, she was the first woman to receive an electrical engineering degree in the whole of Canada from the U of T. She later then worked for the Austin Automobile Company in Pontiac, Michigan. When the company decided to produce aircraft, Elsie McGill became even more interested in the field of aeronautics. This event motivated her to get a master's degree in aeronautical engineering at the University of Michigan. She was the first woman in 1929 to get this degree. In the same year, Elise contracted acute infantile myelitis, a form of polio. Doctors told her that she would never be able to walk again due to her disease. This did not discourage her and led her to write articles about aviation, and later study in the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. She eventually walked again with the help of two metal cranes. In 1934 she worked for Fairchild Aircraft Limited in Longueuil, Quebec as an assistant aeronautical engineer, specializing in stress analysis, as well as designing the first all-metal aircraft to be built in Canada. In 1938, Dr. McGill was appointed as Chief Aeronautical Engineer by the Canadian Car and Foundry Company, also known as CANCAR. She designed and tested the Maple Leaf II trainer to be used to train pilots. In doing so, she also became the first woman to be an aircraft designer in the world. Though she never became a pilot, as a result of her disease, she instead became the passenger of all the test flights. She states that it was how she could best assess the aircraft's performance. She is most likely best known for her work on the Hawker Hurricane fighter airplanes during World War II. These were the aircraft that were instrumental in the Battle of Britain. She was fully in charge of the engineering work that went into the Hurricane, as well as overseeing all 4,500 of the staff, fully adapting the aircraft to fly in cold weather. Between 1939 and 1943, CANCAR built 1,451 Hawker Hurricanes under her leadership. She was also elected to be the first corporate member in the Engineering Institute of Canada in 1938. Dr. McGill also worked on another aircraft, the Curtiss Wright Helldiver fighters for the United States Navy. McGill became one of the Canadian war heroes, as a symbol of the miracle of Canada's economic wartime transformation. After the war, Elsie McGill married E. J. Soulsby in 1943. It was also the time that she moved to Toronto and started her private consulting firm specializing in aeronautical engineering. She then became the first woman to serve as technical advisor for international civil aviation, where she helped drafting international airworthiness regulations for the design and production of commercial aircraft. Later, in 1947, she became the chairman of the United Nations Stress Analysis Committee, and became the first woman ever to have a chair in a United Nations committee. In 1952, Elsie McGill presented the initiative in airliner design to the Society of Women Engineers, which was published in the Engineering Journal, and was later awarded the annual Engineering Award. Apart from her engineering work, she was also an active feminist. She created a biography of her mother which inspired her to increase the time she spent on being involved with women's rights. She became the president of the Canadian Federation of Business and Professional Women's Clubs from 1942 until 1964. Then, in 1967, she was appointed as one of the 7 commissioners on the Royal Commission on the Status of Women. She also filed a separate statement describing those of her opinions which differed from most of the commission, which stated that she wanted abortion removed from the criminal code. After years of accomplishment, Elsie McGill sadly died because of an illness on the 4th of November 1980 in Cambridge, Massachusetts. She truly was an inspiration for young women through her generation, and even now. She showed us that through hard work, effort and determination, you can attain any goal that you set for yourself.